So why can't petroleum products be brought under GST? Asked Kerala High Court. One of the reasons cited by the council was that during the pandemic it would be difficult to bring petroleum products under GST regime. A division bench of Kerala High Court on Wednesday said it was not satisfied with the reason pointed out by the centre and the GST council on why petroleum products could not be brought under the GST regime. One of the reasons cited by the council was that during the pandemic, it would be difficult to bring petroleum products under the GST regime. Last month, while hearing a petition of Kerala Pradesh Gandhi Darshanavedi challenging the decision of the GST Council not to include the petroleum products under the GST, the High Court had directed the Council to file a statement. On Wednesday, the Standing Counsel for the GST Council handed over the statement to the bench of Chief Justice S. Mani Kumar and Justice Saji P. Chali. After perusing pursuing the statement filed on behalf of the Director of Goods and Service Tax Council, the bench observed, even though the matter was taken in the 45th GST Council meeting, three issues seem to have been considered by the Council for bringing the petroleum products under GST regime. That is, the matter involves higher revenue implications, requires higher deliberations, and during pandemic times, it would be difficult to bring petroleum products under GST regime. The court observed, we are not satisfied with the reason. There should be some discussion and genuine reason as to why petroleum products cannot be brought under the GST regime. Further, the pandemic period cannot be cited as a reason. It well known that even during the pandemic, several decisions were taken involving the revenue after deliberation. So subsequently, the court directed the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs to file a detailed statement with reference to the observation made above, and the prayers sought for the court protested the matter in the second week of December. The 5 questions from Uniform Civil Code to UAPA on students. The key issues Lok Sabha took up today. BJP MP Nishank Dubey on Wednesday asked the central government to expedite the process of bringing a law to implement the Uniform Civil Code in the country. So, the Uniform Civil Code, compensation for deaths due to COVID and during farmers' protest, opening of universities and withdrawing UAPA cases against the students. These were some of the issues MPs raised when the Lok Sabha took up 0 hour after long time. BJP MP on Uniform Civil Code. In what could be the next contentious issue that would rock the political discourse? BJP MP Nishank Dubey on Wednesday asked the central government to expedite the process of bringing a law to implement the Uniform Civil Code in the country. Raising the issue, Dubey said that the Bombay Allahabad High Court had last month asked the centre to consider setting up a panel for implementing the mandate of Article 44 of the Constitution, which speaks about the uniform civil code for citizens throughout the territory of India. Even after 75 years of independence, we have not been able to bring in a uniform civil code. I urge the government to soon bring a law to implement a uniform civil code, he said, adding that the move is necessary for united India, and that's the reason the court suggested it. So, uniform civil code, which would unify the country's personal laws that govern matters such as marriage, divorce, maintenance, adoption, inheritance, has always been a controversial issue. Currently, various communities have their own set of laws in these matters. The BJP manifesto has always mentioned the Uniform Civil Code as a promise its government would implement. The Article 44 of the Constitution of India lists the Uniform Civil Code as one of the directive principles of the state policy. So, BJP believes that there cannot be a gender equality till such a time India adopts a Uniform Civil Code, which protects the rights of all women. And BJP reiterates its stand to draw a uniform civil code, drawing upon the best traditions and harmonizing them with the modern times. Its manifesto ahead of 2019 Lok Sabha election said. Language patterns. With BJP streaming on popularizing the Hindi language, BJP MP Satyadev Pachauri from Polbound, Uttar Pradesh wanted the government to see that the judgments given in a Supreme Court are in Hindi, not in English. The farmers and other common people who take their issues to the court don't understand English. They do not understand what the lawyers say and what the judgments say. So it's imperative that judgments are given out in Hindi and other local languages, Pachauri said. Compensation demands. On Wednesday too, the opposition MPs seem determined to not let the government take away focus from farmers' issue. So Congress MP Manish Tiwari raised the issue of compensation for 700 farmers who lost their lives during the protests against the farm laws, which were finally repealed on Monday. He said the government should not only give 5 crore each for their families, but also agree to the farmers' demand of legal backing for MSP. So Tiwari's party colleague Manikam Tagore, meanwhile, urged the government to not to let poor families suffer due to COVID deaths. There has been a severe financial distress. Government should provide a proper compensation for the families who lost their earning members. Every such a family should be provided rupees 4 lakh each, Tagore demanded. And students issue. So BSP MP Manish Ali pointed out that most institutions have reopened after COVID restrictions. Schools have opened, offices have resumed functioning, but many universities where the country's future is decided are still closed. Especially major institutions like Jamia Millia, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Aligarh Muslim University, etc., whose students had shown light to this nation. Some students are still in a jail after they had been charged with the UAPA clauses. TMC's Pratima Mandal pointed out that it is difficult for the UPSC aspirants from dental background to choose optional subjects because dentistry is not one of the subjects listed. So there are several subjects like agriculture, animal husbandry, animal science, medical science, engineering, but dentistry is left out. This serves as a discouragement to the candidates from this field, and they are forced to opt for new subject altogether, which turns to be extremely difficult for them. It should be an optional subject in civil services exam, Mondal said. From down south, Congress Kerala MPs Shashi Tharoor and T.N. Prathaman raised the issue of non-subsidized kerosene given to the southern state through public distribution system. Kerala MP Benny Behanam raised the matter of giving permission to the regional media for parliament coverage. According to him, a lottery system was put in place under which only 21 electronic and print media reporters were allowed to enter the parliament. But it is noted that English and Hindi media journalists are getting most of the opportunity to enter the parliament. He said the regional media was not getting a chance to cover the proceedings. India gave 200 emergency e-visas to Afghan citizens, Rajya Sabha told. Stay visa is granted to Afghan nationals staying in India keeping in view present situation in that country. Presently 4,557 Afghan nationals are staying in India on stay visa after extension of their visa, the government said. Since the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan, India has granted 200 emergency e-visas to that country's citizens, government told the parliament on Wednesday. In view of prevailing situation in Afghanistan, the government of India has started an e-emergency ex-miss visa for a period of 6 months for Afghan nationals. So as on 24/11/2021, 200 e-emergency ex-miscellaneous visa have been issued. Minister of State for Home Nityanand Rai said in a written reply in Rajya Sabha. Further, stay visa is granted to Afghan nationals staying in India, keeping in view present situation in that country. Presently, 4,557 Afghan nationals are staying in India on stay visa after extension of their visas, he added. Stay visa or residential permit is granted for a year at a time by authorities on case-to-case basis after Home Ministry approval. The ministry had been asked questions related to Afghan refugees living in India. India is not a signatory to the 1951 United Nations Convention relating to the status of refugees and the 1967 protocol thereon. So all foreign nationals, including the asylum seekers, are governed by the provisions contained in the Foreigners Act 1946. The Registration of Foreigner Acts 1939, the Passport Entry into India Act 1920, the Citizenship Act 1955, and rules and orders made thereunder. The data of foreign nationals who enter into country without valid travel documents is a surreptitious and clandestine manner. Claiming to be refugees or asylum seeker is not mentioned centrally, the minister said. So, in the wake of humanitarian crisis unfolding in Afghanistan following the fall of Kabul to the Taliban, with thousands of them scrambling to leave the country after a takeover, India had in August introduced an emergency e-visa category for Afghan nationals to fast track their applications. So these visas are valid for 6 months and granted only after security clearance, sources said. In a statement issued, then the Home Minister of Home Affairs had said that after a review of provisions, in view of current situation in Afghanistan, a new category of electronic visa called e-emergency ex-miscellaneous visa has been started for Afghan nationals. So India already provides ex-miscellaneous category visas to foreigners whose purpose of entry it does not match any prescribed category. So in the case of Afghanistan, the e-visa facility was not extended to nationals of that country until then. However, since our mission is now shut in Afghanistan, people were allowed to get online visa, Minister of External Affairs said. So the Minister of Home Affairs policy document on ex-miscellaneous visa states that they may be granted only with a single entry and for the specific duration, taking into account the purpose of the visit. If the visa is granted for a period of stay exceeding 180 days, the foreigner will have to register himself or herself with a FRRO or FRO concern within 14 days of arrival. This visa will be non-extendable and non-convertible to any other type of visa it states. India has in the past granted long duration visas to Afghan nationals facing persecution in their country, including a large number that fled after first Taliban takeover during the 2 decades of conflict that followed. In these cases, the stay visa or residential permit is granted for a year at a time by authorities on a case to case basis after Ministry of Home Affairs approval. These permits are location specific with movement of beneficiaries restricted to the state or union territory where they are permitted to stay. Any relaxation in this norm requires prior permission. These visas are not granted to economic immigrants and are subject to police reporting every year at the place where the Afghan national is allowed to stay. Notably, Afghanistan falls under the prior reference category of the countries for grant of visa, which means Afghanistan nationals have to be cleared by MHA for any visit. So others in this category include nationals of Pakistan, Iraq, Sudan, foreigners of Pakistan origin, and stateless person.